At the end of episode 14, I was kind of undecided, like should I use the epoxy glue to try and fill up the remainder of the cracks? But now that I look at it really, really close, I can see that those cracks are in fact pretty much filled up. I would say 95%. So I'm going to hope that the hardened polish is going to fill the cracks. So I'm going to go ahead now and sand it down, and we'll see what we've got. You know how sometimes the best solution is the simplest solution? Well, the solution to those cracks was so simple I didn't even think of it until one of the viewers sent me a comment and suggested CA glue. So here's the regular, and this one's the ultra gap filling, and this one's the gap filling. Now I think probably the gap filling might be good enough. I'm going to give it a try. Thanks, John. I should have thought of that myself. Yeah, and here I was thinking of maybe doing something complicated, like mixing up a bunch of messy, sticky 5-minute epoxy. Okay, now very carefully. Now I'm wondering if possibly the regular might have been better. It would have been a little bit more runny. This is kind of sitting on the surface, but I think it's going to be okay. Now I didn't want to have to do this, but even after an hour, it was still a little bit sticky. So I put a little bit of curing agent on it, and now I got that white powdery stuff on the surface. But I'm hoping that didn't go too deep. I sure don't want to be getting too aggressive here. I just want to take the tops off of that CA glue so that it's level with the wood. And maybe 1/1000th of an inch of wood. And that's about it. That actually feels pretty good. I think I'm going to work my way up to 1000 grit sandpaper right now and then put the polish on. Now this is how it looks after 1000 grit, and it looks so good that you would think it was polished, but it wasn't. However, when I looked at the end, I realized I had a problem. A big problem. Well, obviously I'm trying to poke the CA glue down into the crack. My thinking is that if it gets down in there, it's going to help to strengthen it, as well as just cover it. Okay, now for the polish. Finally. The most noticeable change when you're putting on wax or polish is the first application. Probably 90% of the change happens on the first application. I forgot to press record. What you're seeing here is the second application. Sorry about that. Well, there it is. Now all those little cracks, I think there was 4 of them that I put the CA glue on, they are completely covered over. It may look like they're open. That's because the CA glue is clear and you're looking right through it. But it is completely sealed. No water is going to get in there. About a year ago, when I was doing my rant on the Laguna resocking blade, I made the statement, anything will look rough if you look at it close enough. And, well, that's in this case too. Magnify it enough, even a piece of glass is going to look rough. Well, that wraps it up for the ice cream scoop. Now I can get started on the bottle stoppers. And I hope I don't find any unforeseen cracks in that wood. I'll soon know. I'm going to be starting on them today.